Okay, I'm doing a observation with Jodie Mason on the 29th of the 6th, 2016. Jodie, just introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jodie Mason.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about collaborative technologies. Can you talk to me a little bit about what a collaborative technology is?
It's something that helps a business work more efficiently and effectively and faster, basically.
How?
So if, say you're all doing one sort of task with a certain thing, for example, when we were starting to create our website, people were doing different sections, like doing content building, sourcing pictures, using archives. So we'd use OneDrive for that. We'd create separate folders, say for the young people page or the training page, and then certain people would upload different files in, and you could see what was going in there, how far along people were, if we needed to add any more, the time limit, time scales, things like that.
What are the features of OneDrive? Like, what's it good for? What is it not so good at?
It's good at sharing files. It's not very fast for one. I don't know, can I get it up?
Can you work on them collaboratively together? So can you work on the same document at the same time?
Yeah, but it's a bit awkward because if one person comes off it and the other one hasn't, it automatically saves, but sometimes it messes up.
In what way?
It's not quite so advanced as some other collaborative technology. So, because it auto saves, if two people are on it and one goes down and it says, oh sorry, this page needs to be refreshed, it's still a bit laggy and buggy.
Okay. Well, let's see how it works. Talk me through, say, if you're going to do a collaborative thing on an Excel sheet.
You need to see that.
Yeah. Can I consider that?
Okay, so this is my OneDrive, and these are all the files I've uploaded personally. So if I started a new file on here, depending on what document I needed, like Excel, Word, PowerPoint, anything like that, you can either, I'll open a new one and just show you. See what I mean, like it's a bit slow. So this is where you'd rename it, and you see there, it automatically says save, save, saved. So if I started writing a document, and then just wanted to look at my emails or go on to something else, I could click on it and that document would be automatically saved in my OneDrive.
And this can be accessed by anyone, can it? Does the company have its...
No, this can't. This one's mine.
But you can share it?
Yeah, but I can share it. But until I share it, they can't access it on mine.
Is there not a company OneDrive that works as like a server?
Yeah, but this one's mine. So
Okay.
this one's, you can go on shared with me. We have a whole shared area. So it's a bit like team activity where we upload our Friday sort of goals, our 15 by 15 a month, what we're working towards each week, the NAS reports and things like that everyone needs access to for apprenticeship documents if people aren't here.
So what sort of guidelines when it's shared amongst, I mean, how many people is that? 10, 15?
It's just people in our office.
So what sort of guidelines do you need to make sure?
Well, you need data protection and safeguarding, because obviously it's got 16 to 24-year-olds, so people under 18s, all their data, all private data. It's got personnel records, things like that. It's got contracts, phone numbers, prevent record forms, everything like that is in there. So no one who doesn't need access to that data should have access to that data.
How about organisation guidelines? If lots of people are working on it, what could happen?
Wow, we should have organisation guidelines because it's not great. But people try and keep them into folders. Well, we started to keep it in folders, but it didn't really work. But if you keep it in folders, then everyone can know where things are going. But the good thing is you can sort it by the modified and who was last access to it. So if anything went wrong or if anything was something was, I don't know, dangerous or not safeguarding, then you can see who last modified it and there's no going back on who did it really, unless someone had the emails.
Yeah, which is a different problem at all.
And you can make groups.
Having all your place online, so this doesn't exist anywhere in the company essentially, does it? It's not on a hard drive. What other dangers could there be?
Losing it. Like, obviously some of it's backed up, and we have an S drive, so a shared drive as well, but we've moved away from the shared drive to go onto Salesforce and OneDrive. So OneDrive is for the less important things now, I guess. OneDrive was what we first moved into until Salesforce came involved.
Why is, for a company, why is it important to make sure that they've established something like OneDrive and establish guidelines initially?
So everyone sticks to the same sort of, what's that word? The same level of...
Guidelines, I suppose, is the word, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you were going to start OneDrive again, what would you do?
I'd have a document of written guidelines, for one. I'd have an organisation of guidelines. I'd make sure the security was completely tight on it, whereas people can just share anything and like, oh yeah, I'll just share it with you anyway. I think people do that too freely at the moment with new staff, or everyone can just access it. I guess that's it.
Okay. Another collaborative technology, do you have access to Asana?
Yeah.
If you just show us through Asana as well.
If I remember my password.
You what?
If I remember my password.
So talk me through Asana. What's Asana? And how is it collaborative? Just while it's loading.
Okay. Asana is like a task-based thing where it's more deadline-driven, whereas OneDrive isn't. OneDrive is just like a sharing platform, essentially. Asana is more organised. Asana, you can have projects where you can assign tasks to certain people and say, I need it done by this, and they can comment on it, and there's that sort of chat system saying, oh, well, I've done this today, I'm going to be working on that tomorrow. There's a calendar on there where it comes up with, I don't know if you're looking at it, where it comes up with, yeah. Like, so it'll come up with when you need to do something by, and if you've done it, you can check off that, and then it'll just go, and it'll be in your completed list. And then the whole team has access to what projects you've done. So, say at the moment, marketing tasks here, they'll tell you the date here, who they're assigned to, CA is not and you can move them to importance, and you can go on here and write like info about it, not just the title. And then I can write to log know how far along are you with this, do you need any help, if so, what do you want to do, change the due date on it, tag other people. There's loads of different things. Attach the files when it's done, so everything's in one area. And then down here are the different projects. So say there's different teams working on it. Say Cassie was from BBC Make It Digital, was working on marketing tasks for that. That's separate to Creative Alliance marketing tasks. So here's the different projects. So under that, this will be for the Bareface, and on there at the moment on the blog content, level 4 apprenticeships. And then when Kerry comes in, we can upload the stuff me and Love are doing there. And this is only the free bit, like the free section of Asana. If you upgrade, you get a lot more.
So what are the advantages in regards to responsibility? So your responsibility as an apprentice to maybe somebody's responsibility as a manager?
In terms of what?
In regards to how does this tool help that collaborative nature of working?
I think it's easier to not have to go up to them going, well, what am I doing now? What can I do then? And if I need help or something, I can just like, I know I'm supposed to be doing it, then it comes onto your email notifications as well. It's not micromanaging, because I hate micromanaging, but it's just a more efficient way of doing it instead of waiting for your director to come in to give you a next task. I think.
Okay, brilliant.